Alright, my name is Sarah, and I'll be your non-stripper entertainment for the next 5 to 10 minutes. That guy looks disappointed. Alright, I don't know what they told you for the show, but we'll talk afterwards. We'll work something out. Alright, it's gonna make fun of Todd bringing his son, but Shane didn't show up, so there went that joke. I see we got a couple parents in the room, just a little bit that I know of, so that's fun. That's why I'm here too. Gotta get away from him. Just kidding. My son's actually in upstate New York right now. He's visiting my grandparents, or not my grandparents, his grandparents, my in-laws. He's got a bunch of cousins. He's got 9 cousins. So he's one of 10 grandparents. But even though my mother-in-law has 10 grandchildren, yeah, walk through the camera. Good job. Walk through the camera. Way to go. Way to go. Yeah, it's on right now. Yeah.
You want to turn it off?
I love you.
We will not edit that.
No, that's going. Anyway, as I was saying, my mother-in-law has 10 grandkids, but that's still not enough. When I first met her, she said, you know, my goal is to have 24 grandchildren by the time, I'm done on this earth. I said, oh, that's nice, but I'm not participating in that little race. Unless you adopt Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, you're not reaching that goal. Not happening. But my son's visiting for a month. He's going to be there for about a month total. Last year he was there for 2 months. And before he left last year, my mother-in-law looked at me and she's like, this is like the perfect opportunity for you and Nick to start working on another baby. Another little grandchild for my collection. I said, really? Awesome. She's like, yeah, Ben will be there, a lot less stress. You have more free time with Nick. You could definitely make it happen. I said, great, because now all I'm going to think about is you thinking about me banging your son. So that's not going to be awkward at all, right? Yeah, ew, I know. And sure enough, next time we have sex, I see my mother-in-law in the corner of the room, and she's got a clipboard and she's taking notes. She's like, oh God, no, that is not going to work. You guys are having way too much fun with that. That is not going to produce any children. Just funny. So that's what happened with that. Yeah. Good story, right? But it's okay, because people always ask me, coworkers, family, in-laws, when are you gonna have another kid? When's Ben gonna be a big brother? When are you gonna have more children? It was so easy last time, I didn't even plan them. There he goes, baby, yay. And this time it's like, I give the same answer. If it happens, it happens. If not, I'll pretend to lose weight for another month, and I'll lie to myself. It's not gonna happen. Every time. But it doesn't matter what I do. Every time at work, I'll say a nonchalant comment like, man, I'm exhausted. It's a long day. Stomach kind of hurts. Can't wait to go home. And without fail, someone will be like, you're pregnant, aren't you? Poke me in the stomach. Stop it. You're pregnant, aren't you? Stop it. Poke me in the forehead. Stop it. Like, you're pregnant, aren't you? I was like, no, actually, it's a funny story. Because I found out yesterday I was indeed not pregnant, so I want to thank you for 2 things. Reminding me, 1, that I'm a failure as a woman, and 2, that I have cramps. So I'm going to go to the bathroom, change my tampon, and maybe cry a little bit. You know what? It'll be fun. Next month we can do this whole thing all over again. Yeah, right about this time next month, you can ask me all over again and see if you can get me to cry in public. That'd be a good game, right? Get me to cry in public, that'd be good. Only one thing, I don't cry, so that would never happen.
Why don't you?
Why don't I cry? Tears of steel. Tear ducts of steel. They don't leak. Let's see where I was gonna go with this. I got distracted by the alcohol. Yes, so it's frustrating. 2 years into this, still no kid, that's fine. Could be the alcohol every other Wednesday, I don't know. But it is frustrating because, like I said, 2 years, nothing, oh well. Maybe sometimes I think maybe Ben should be an only child. I personally think that my parents just stopped at 1. They had 3 kids, and I'm the oldest, so that's not about that. What's even worse is I think my parents now think that they should have stopped at one. Because they always give the same thing, the thing you're never supposed to do to your kids. Why can't you be more like Sarah? Sarah never got in trouble with school. Sarah knew what grade she was going into. She just had to count one letter higher. That was it. She never had to guess if she had enough credit. She just went to school and did her job. And my brothers probably look at each other and they're like, fuck Sarah. Next time that bitch comes to visit, I'm gonna stab her in the neck. I can understand. It's hard to be me in my awesomeness.
Don't stab the ovaries.
Don't stab the ovaries. I'm still trying to use those. Kinda. I mean, my brothers aren't exactly awesome. That's true. I'm not saying anything that my parents are saying wasn't true. Definitely true. But as the great Bill Cosby once said, you're not a parent unless you have 2 or more kids. And it's true, because you know who did everything. But my son still hasn't got that memo, because he still tries to blame things on the dog. Ben, who put all the toilet paper in the toilet and let it overflow? Bruiser did it? I don't think so. You gotta ask Whitman for that one. This is my favorite story, you try to blame on the dog though. I walk into the living room, he's sitting next to this plastic bin that you get at like Target or whatever. He's got the toys, you know, he used to put toys in it. And I look at the bin, it's mangled beyond repair. I'm like, what the hell happened to this? It looked like someone had kamikaze dive bombed off the couch and landed on it with the little people's elbow, just. So Ben's sitting there, he doesn't know I'm coming up. I'm like, Benjamin, what happened to the bin? Bruiser jumped on it. Bruiser, our 15-pound dog with the bum leg, jumped off the couch and onto that bin. I don't think so. He got his ass beat for that one, big time. I mean, it is true. You know who did everything. You don't have to worry about discipline issues because they did everything. You know it. At the same time, my parents probably went through the same ordeal, but they actually wanted more kids, is what they tell me. I mean, they had perfection the first time around, but they still tried for more. So I'm going to finish off with one story about how it's different between what I got for punishment and what my brother got for punishment. And this is a true story. This really happened. I was 12. We lived in a big-ass circle. I only had 2 friends, believe it or not. I know it's hard to believe. I had 2 friends, so I could only be at 2 places in the entire neighborhood. And I went out the window for an hour, I came back, and as I came back to the window, I got greeted by a ninja star in the form of a metal spatula. Right in the forehead. My mother's like, where were you? I said, I went outside to play. My head's bleeding. I'm like, I went outside to play. I just wanted to play. I'm a kid. I'm 12. Wait till your father gets home. So my father got home and beat my ass, and I got grounded for a month. 1 month. This is what happened with my little brother. He was 8. I was 18. There's a 10-year gap between us. My other brother was 14 at the time. I got a phone call from my dad. Have you seen your brother? I said, no, I haven't seen my brother. I'm 18. I'm hanging out with my friends. He said, well, we can't find him. So if you see him, let me know. I was like, yeah, if I drive home and see him on the street, I'll let you know. So I get home, it's nightfall. They still can't find him. So I'm getting kind of worried at that point. And they don't know where he went. So they find out later from another friend they used to play with that he had a habit of going to the railroad tracks by our neighborhood and playing with hobos. This really happened. So I think to myself, it's night, he's 8, they can't find him, he got eaten by hobos. Like being the eternal optimist I am, I realize that he's dead. It's not even 24 hours later and I know that my brother is completely gone. And he's a skinny little fucker, but I know somehow they thought there was meat on his bones and they ate him. He's dead. So that night I tried to get some sleep, say maybe it's not true, I'll regroup. Not the case, because there was a police trailer outside of our house, camped out, looking for leads and stuff, and there's a helicopter flying overhead with infrared trying to find skinny little white boy, and they couldn't find him. So over the night I had like the 4 phases, almost all the phases, about 4 of them, of the grief and grieving process completed. So by the time I wake up, I realize I've come to terms with my brother's dead. I didn't tell anyone else this, I come to terms with it. And all of a sudden, the phone rings. And when the phone rings, my parents are helping the police get breakfast. I didn't get breakfast, but the police got breakfast. That was nice. They're helping the police get breakfast and holding each other. Oh, I miss my baby. Oh, I miss him too. And my other brother, like I said, he's 14. He's in the corner in his cage trying to put the square block in the circle piece, the little kid's puzzle, rattling his cage, wanting attention. Shh. It's not all about you. The phone rings. I got this. I got this. I'm already good with the situation. I pick it up. Hello? Hey, it's me. Where the fuck are you? Because all the grieving process stuff had just stopped because now he's alive. I'm like, God damn it. He's alive. I said, where the fuck are you? And they gave me an address. I gave it to the cops. They go on to pick him up. And as I'm talking to my brother, I said, I'm gonna let you talk to mom. I pulled a Kanye West. I'm gonna let you talk to mom. I'll let you know if you were my kid, I would beat your ass for making us worry. And he's like, hey, noted. Please worry. They go pick him up. He comes home. This is what really happened. Turns out he did go play with the hobos. That part was true. Yeah, good choice. Good choice, buddy. And when he played with the hobos, his friend, he was with a friend. His friend's mom came to pick him up. And my brother was barefoot from the get-go. So that's a good indication to this lady that something might be off. He probably doesn't have permission to be outside. The friend looks at his mom, hey, can Cliff spend the night? And the mom looks him up and down, sees he's not wearing shoes, and says, is it okay with your mother? Like, bitch, if it was okay with his mother, he'd have shoes on. But I guess that's not the case. So he's like, oh yes, I talked to my mother beforehand. She said it's okay. So they go to the house. Turns out they had put like his photo on the news and the radio. And Clifford William O'Neill, 8 years old, missing. If you see him, please call, blah, blah, blah. So of course that lady was probably pissed, like, you said your mother was okay with this. Not true. So then he shows up at the house. And as soon as he gets home, it's like a hero's welcome, like he got home from Iraq. Oh, please don't leave us again. You were so awesome. Please don't leave us. We love you so much. My brother's still rattling his cage, the other brother, and I'm like, I would beat your ass right now. But the cops are there, so I can't really do it. And everything's settled. And because my parents didn't want to lose him, which eventually they did, you know, to teenagehood or whatever, they say, we're going to go to the movies. We're going to take everyone out to the movies. It's going to be a good time. And not only was I punished when I was 12 for doing this shit and getting more punishment than this guy, but I had to go watch Eric Bana in the horrible movie that is The Hulk. So not only did I get punished when I was 12, but I got punished for him when he was supposed to be getting rewarded. So I'm not bitter at all. It's pretty good. I'm over it, obviously. So, yeah, sometimes I think Ben should be an only child, but I will caveat this. If anyone wants me to beat their kid's ass, I will do it. So, leave y'all with that, and that is my time. Thank you very much for coming out. As always.
Come on, y'all, do better, man. Give me a hand, yeah.